Hello, everyone. We at AACI hope that you all are doing very, very well. And today, we were wondering as to what happens when a brilliant researcher walks away from the cutting edge labs of Minneapolis to build a mud house in a mountain village of Himachal Pradesh, right? But before we set forth in this incredible human story, let me remind you of a few original housekeeping tips that we have been talking about always. So, for once, the session is being recorded. We welcome you to revisit the content because we will be putting it up on YouTube. While you are there, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. That way, you will get our updates. Uh, so, while we hear while we are hearing Sandhya talk and people interact about this great story and what follows, make sure that you are muted because we don't want anybody to not listen to it with a compulsive ear. And of course, there is the chat that is on, so you can put your comments and questions in the chat. There will be enough time at the end of the session for you to personally ask those questions, or we can pick it up from the chat and also ask Sandhya the questions. So uh, now let me hand it over to another incredible person who thinks with her heart, the Michigan chapter president, Lalita Kambhampati. Over to you, Lalita, and let me add you to the spotlight. Go for it.
Thank you, Vatsala. And I just wanted to add, Vatsala is the Vice President of ASCI National. So since she did not get introduced. So hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whichever time zone you are in. On behalf of ASCI, which is the American Society of Engineers of Indian Origin, I would like to welcome you to this incredible session. So as engineers and technologists, don't we all have that deep desire to use our knowledge and skills to work towards a greater good? So one of the objectives of ASCI as well is to give back to the community and India, our home country, as well as to create interest in the next generation towards STEM education. So today we have one such inspiring story of Sandhya Gupta, who took that bold step to actually take up that journey as the purpose of their lives. So Vatsala so before that, I would like to, go through ASCI because that's so that you are familiar with what ASCI is. Yeah. So ASCI is a group of all the engineers of Indian origin in US. So we provide an opportunity to network, to do have networking events where we talk about some such amazing journeys, maybe technology exchange, whatever the new developments that are happening. So these are some of the things that we do as a part of ASCI. We have conventions. So this is our board, the Michigan board of ASCI. I will not go through everyone. So you can check out our website, asciusa.org, so that you are familiar with what we do as a part of ASCI. Yeah, next slide. And these are pictures from some of our events that we've had. We have conventions, national conventions. So ASCI, like this event is on behalf of the Michigan chapter. So we have ASCI national, and we have chapters in different cities. So the national convention is held in by one of the chapters. So, and then we have, these are pictures of some of our networking events. So we have in-person events as well as online events like the one today. So this is one of our upcoming events, which is the ASQ virtual training that will be, that Kusha has offered his services, which, so this is on, this is what's the date?
April
April
26th.
26th. Yeah, this is on April 26th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And this is this it will be a really this is a workshop kind of thing. So do join the session. This is a free session, so you can and Kusha has immense experience in this, and he will. We would like you to join this session. And then we have other upcoming sessions. In May, we have the session by Sandeep Dholakia, which is coming up. And that will be an in-person session here in Michigan. That's it, right? Any more, Vatsala? Yeah. So thank you so much. And I will hand it over to Ravi so that he can introduce our amazing speaker. Over to you, Ravi.
Okay, thank you, Lalita, and good morning and good evening, all. It's my privilege to introduce Sandhya Gupta. She's a passionate STEM education advocate, founder of Avishkar, a Center for Science, Math, Arts, and Tech, a Ford Global Fellow. And her story is very inspiring, not just in science and math, but her love and courage and purpose is something that we can all look forward to. She believes in building a world where every child, regardless of gender, class, or community, believes that they can learn and grow in STEM field and in life. She believes in shaping thinkers and not just learners. Sandhya is a STEM education advocate, and she is the founder of Avishkar, which aims to close the gaps in academic achievement and help all children, especially girls, gain the skills and confidence that they need to enjoy and pursue stable careers in STEM and fields. She's also collaborating with the state governments and civil societies to reach communities that need assistance creating engaging and equitable STEM curriculum and classrooms. She trains educators to nurture their skills in their classrooms and become broader catalysts for positive community development. Prior to this, she has been an executive director at Sambhavana Institute in India, and she has been a principal engineer at Polar Semiconductors in the US. She's got her master's from the University of Minnesota and her doctorate in electrical engineering from Iowa State University. So her trail has been very inspiring, and it's been a pleasure to be able to introduce Sandhya, and can't wait to hear what she's got for us. And without further ado, Sandhya, please take over. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Ravi, for such a generous introduction. Let me get started. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Before I tell you more about Avishkar, let's engage in a math discussion. Because it's all about science and math, right? So please humor me and try to solve this. So I'm not looking for an answer. Think about that feeling that you had or your spouse would have, your kids, your friends, their spouses. Think about India. Think about the maids that work at your home, the rickshawala, the auto driver, or your taxi driver. How would they feel when this question is asked? I've done this many times, and generally, the first feeling that they mention is fear. So if you look, if you dig a bit deeper, what we find is more than half of our third graders cannot do a simple subtraction problem. And with time, this fear grows. And if you look at our 7th to 10th graders, 80% of them would drop mathematics at the earliest opportunity they get. That means no access to science, no access to STEM. This gap widens because what we are saying is only 20% of our students may go for science or STEM fields. Why does this happen? If you look at different surveys done by organizations that are working in training fields, most of our teachers do not have mastery over 70% of the content that is taught. That's a big number. So this is the STEM crisis of the country. And I hope you, because many of you are working in engineering field, if you look further, we know that in a few years, there wouldn't be any field in which we will not need STEM. So with this as a backdrop, let me tell you a little bit about ourselves. I am Sandhya Gupta and my co-founder is Sarit Sharma. We have a background in engineering. We did our PhD in US and then worked for high technologies companies in scientific research. In 2009, we moved to India with my 5.5-year-old daughter. And actually, both of us started working, volunteering our time in schools, the government school where we had registered our daughter. And the challenges of STEM unfolded. And that was the reason we started Avishkar. Both of us love mathematics and science, and we want this love bug to bite all our students so that they fall in love with mathematics and science. And that is how Avishkar was born. Our aim is rather simple. We aim to transform this landscape of STEM education in the country. Our students should not fear mathematics and science. It's a life skill. Science is the way we understand the world around us, and mathematics is the language in which we express it. And our students should be able to see that. It's a life skill. So our vision is rather simple: to nurture curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking in citizens of tomorrow. What does that mean? It means if our students get a problem, they are first curious about the problem and they are creative enough that they look for different paths to solve this problem. And they have a critical thinking that they are able to choose which path to follow and they are able to justify why they chose this path. So that when they become citizens of the nation, they are able to logically think and find solutions or paths that they are looking for. How do we do that? We create cutting edge, cutting edge research and see what is happening around the world. And we convert it in practical form for our teachers. And we equip, educate, and empower our teachers to be able to take it to classroom. So if you look at our system, how it works, we have students. Students are, our teachers work with the students, and teachers are coached by the mentor teacher or teacher coaches in any system that they are working in. And if you look specifically at the government, these teachers are given the curriculum, given the training, given the curriculum by SCRTs, the state boards. The diet are the training institutions, and principals are the administrative heads of the school. So this is across the ecosystem that we have to work. And we have chosen in-service teachers, or in-service teachers means teachers who are currently in the system, and aspiring teachers are the teachers who want to enter the system, and the students. So these are the two groups that we mainly work with. We also educate our mentor teachers, teacher coaches, and academic heads and admin heads so that they know what is the change that we all are looking for. The National Education recent NCF and the NEP came out. So what we try to do is we aim to align it so that our teachers are ready to take the leap to the future world. So there are three paths that we take to do our work. One is organizational partnership. That means nonprofit organizations and schools across the country. Then government partnerships, that is state governments and the schools that are run by state governments. And then there are STEM educator programs where individual teachers that we work with so that we can enable them to become effective teachers. So if you look at organization partnerships, we have about 100 different organizations that we have worked with so far. Anywhere from a Teach for India, which is in 8 big metro cities of the country, to United Ways, Sankalp Ek Prayas that works with Madhya Pradesh near Bhopal area. Then Project Potential in Bihar, then SRI in Haryana, Karam Marg in Delhi. So they're Universe Simplified in Maharashtra. So they are like spread across the country. And our aim is to work with the teachers of these organizations and the leadership so that we can create effective math and science teachers who can create this love for mathematics and science in our students. What have we noticed? Bhumi, this is Kripa, who is a Bhumi fellow. And this is Bhumi is an organization in Chennai. This is what she has to say. Even children who already knew division didn't know the meaning behind it. This is the first time they actually understood. There was so much engagement in my class. And that this is something that we always notice. A simple thing like division is repeated subtraction. If you look at government partnerships, this is of past couple of years. We are working with government of Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, and Assam. And again, we are doing teacher professional development programs for them, and in some cases working directly with the students. And currently, like I'm talking to you right now, and just from tomorrow, a 3-year long-term teacher professional development program is being launched in Himachal. And this is what one of the secondary grade teachers, Dr. Suresh Kumar from Himachal Pradesh, had to say. So Ganit Charcha is a 5-minute discussion that it's a Avishkar practice that we take it to many teachers, which is aligned with the NCF that came out. When teachers start doing Ganit Charcha in class, I am sure math will become everyone's favorite subject. After coming to the workshop, my understanding itself has improved so much. Earlier, I didn't know how to and the need to find angles of trigonometry. But all this is clear for me now. And then the STEM educator program are working with individuals where we specifically pay a lot of attention to our women, aspiring women educators, a program that is very close to my heart. So we work with, in this program, it comes in like 3 different forms. We run a residential program, which is about a year long, where we specifically work with primary math educators. We run an online shorter version of it, which we call Math Matters. And many individuals who come out of the program join our fellowship, which is a 2-year program, where we hope to nurture aspiring STEM educators. We have, as of now, we have just launched a self-paced course, which has gone online, and any teacher from anywhere can join online on this course, which is about a 6-week program. So if you look at our reach, whatever is orange in the map of India is where we have been, which has meant about 10,000 teachers, 5 state governments, and more than 100 private schools and nonprofit organizations that we have directly worked with, which meant that we have reached out to about 300,000 students across the country. So all this was data. Now, how does a personal story change? Let's hear that. I have taken an example of an aspiring educator who currently is a teacher now. This is Anjali. She, at the peak of COVID, she came to us. She had passed her 12th grade, did not know what she wants to do further. She was scared of mathematics. She comes from a single earner family, which was her mother, and had 4 sisters. She was not clear what she wanted to do, but what she wanted was to make money. And that's what took her to Avishkar. So she joined the program of Arohan, which was the math educator program, the year-long program. She joined this program as a student. Then she started working with schools as a teacher. A young woman who was scared of mathematics during this 1 year as a student totally fell in love with mathematics. She not only became a teacher of her students, with time, she started leading the Arohan program, of which she was a student. And today, Anjali is a powerhouse. She is not only driver of her own career, she is a decision maker of her family and a role model to her community. She makes about 23,000 rupees per month. She has worked with many community teachers, more than 200 community teachers, and has worked with 2,000 students across different parts of the country. And now she has the opportunity. So while she was in the program, she did the Arohan program, then she became a fellow and then a full-time member. And during this time, she finished her a bachelor's program and now has been selected at a premier institution of India, Azim Premji University, with full scholarship, and she is going to do master's in education. So this is Anjali today. But the story of Anjali does not end here because she has worked with students. So she has changed relationship of her students with mathematics. So here is one of her students. This is what she has to say about the student. She was not at her grade level. I entered the classroom and was shocked to see that she didn't know what her peers knew. I slowly understood that it was because she hated math. I started working on that, and now she loves the subject. She even helps her friends solve questions. She redefined maths for her classroom. These children started to enjoy working in groups. I was so happy when they said math can be done in so many ways. All these children are capable of learning mathematics. So, we aim to create an army of Anjalis. And this is our army. We have been consistently working with educators and aspiring educators, and we have worked with more than 1,000 of them, so that we can create change in life of these young students. We can create an army of students who love science and math. So I hope you will join us in this mission. Thank you for listening to me.
Wow. That was an amazing, amazing story. I will get Lalita and myself to ask you a few questions before we hand it over to the audience.
Sure.
So let's go
That
ahead.
that was a really awesome story, Sandhya. Vano, I start with a really basic question. What was it that really got you to, leave things, and here you were in US, to leave everything, a life where you were settled over here, to leave everything and go back to India? What was that point really?
Uh, I don't think I went back. I actually moved forward.
Yeah.
It is
That's
Super
uh,
answer.
because one is the motherland, one is the fatherland. I love them both. Uh, so I moved forward. I came to Himachal, and I would say it was a desire to experiment. I I loved what I did. My background is in semiconductor manufacturing. I did research in that and worked in the industry. Really enjoyed it. But I think I'm also a person of instant gratification. So if you see that shine in the eyes of a student, you immediately know that you have created magic. In engineering, it happens, but we never get to see that shine because engineering is a profession, unlike being a doctor or a teacher, where you will immediately see impact. But in case of an engineer, an impact comes when the Samsung phone reaches the market and it creates change, but we don't get to see that shine. So in engineering, it's very difficult to see the sense of service. And I think I was looking for that sense of service. And so I took a shortcut and I went to become a teacher.
Super.
awesome.
So Sandhya, what made you actually start Avishkar? Like, how did you even get this idea?
So when I moved to India, I moved to a very small village, mountain village of Kanbadi, which is about 2 hours away from Dharamshala, if you know. It's the seat of Dalai Lama,
Yes.
His Holiness. And so when I moved here, my daughter was about 5.5. She loved seeing kids go to school. So I went to my nearest school, uh, which was like 10 minutes walk away. And they give school uniform. She wanted to wear school uniform. So I registered her there in the government school. They gave her school uniform. And I decided to start going with my daughter. So I would go with her, be in the school, and very quickly I started seeing what I actually feared, that our kids are not grade ready. And then our co-founder Sarit also joined. So I started volunteering my time, and so did Sarit. Both of us started volunteering our time. And then we decided while we are in this school, this uh, our kids, when they leave 5th grade, they must be grade ready. And in Himachal, all schools are within walking distance, and so was our school. So with that aim, we started to work.
And
And
what kind of challenges did you face? Because it's a new area, like it's a new area for you as well. So, what are the challenges that you faced when you started Avishkar?
I would not say challenges, but initially people did not understand. Has she lost her mind that she has put her child in government school? Uh, so initially they thought I must have been crazy. But with time, because we were showing up every day, so they believe that belief comes. So no, she does mean business. And then going to school and asking them that I want to help support. I want to help you as a teacher. I want to put my sweat equity. Uh, how do you convince them? You have no credibility. And why should they let you enter? So to build that credibility takes time. And that takes time anywhere. So initially when we were working, we had to consistently show that we meant business and that change can happen. And I was also learning. When I was a student, I used to tutor other students. But then I became an engineer and I was away from education. And people who study education, why should they believe that I can do anything different? So when I volunteered, I literally, I would say, I did my bachelor's in education on the job and I could show results. And that's how people started to believe.
Wow.
So,
So you have a special program, but like, why was it that you have a special program for women in STEM?
okay. So if you look at India, especially our working age group, in our working age population, almost 80% of men work outside home. And if you work outside home, you have financial independence. If you look at women, barely 30% of them work outside home,
Mm.
which means these women can work but don't because of various reasons. And those who work, generally, India is as a culture, our women, their first responsibility is still is home. So that means they need a job which is flexible enough so that they can take care of this responsibility and still be financially independent. So they generally become beauticians or tailoring or jobs that are, we think, are women oriented,
Mm.
in which STEM doesn't play a role. But even a 12th pass woman can become a math educator. So, and if she becomes a math educator, a country like India, where tutoring is so high, they can start tutoring
Mm.
and they can do it at their home. So we are bringing that job home. We are providing the that flexibility. And if you teach math, people start believing in you. They think that you know something. Unfortunately, that is the case in India. So let's just fight it head on. I mean,
Wow.
we have one young lady, Nidhi, in our program. She is, when she said that she wants to take sciences as an option, her family refused. They said,
Mm.
there is nobody in my village who has done science. So she
That
took
is very
commerce because parents did not know commerce also has math. And then she came to a math educator program. She's making good money. Now, when she goes home, everybody wants to know what is it that she did. They want their other women and other men because she is the only one in this village who has a full-time job.
wow,
So
incredible.
now everybody comes home to talk to her. They want to know how did she do that. and they all want to do it themselves. So, it's like an exponential growth problem, which is a good thing. So
That's
that's
already
my,
a problem.
yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, moments like this was definitely an incredible moment. But what are some of the moments in this journey that fill your heart with pride? I'm sure
Uh,
all of it does, but
yeah. So every 10 times I fail, I do succeed once in a while. And those things really fill the heart with joy. Like recently, uh, we train these women to become educators. But in my heart, I always think if they went to study at a premier institute, many more paths will open for them.
mm,
But their financial situation is such that job is more important. But some of them do take that leap. And we continuously work with them that even if you have not done your college education, while you're working with us, enroll in a college education program, do it online. If they finish the college education bachelor's program, we continuously encourage them. They may go for masters, they may not. But this year, two of them applied for masters, and both of them are going to Azim Premji University with full scholarship. So, which is like absolutely awesome for them, awesome for us, and gives a dream to so many of them. I think the biggest difference we make, especially if this women math educator program, the biggest difference we make is we help them dream about themselves and their future.
that's all
And
we can
yeah,
achieve.
and these women in turn, when they work with students or these teachers of state government or whoever they are, when they work with students, you would start hearing laughter from a mathematics or science classroom.
Wow.
This joy, this chaos that gets created when they're working on solving a problem and they come running to us and they say, "Oh, I did it." So that sense of accomplishment, the sense of achievement is, it just fills the heart with joy.
Absolutely.
So,
I can just keep telling you stories.
That
yeah,
is incredible.
yeah.
Lolita.
While we're talking about these success stories, I'm sure you had setbacks as well. So would like to also see, what you faced while you were, before you went to this point, really.
Yeah, so the longer somebody has been a teacher, uh, so in India, when we teach, actually not in India, in many countries, when we teach mathematics or science, it's very procedural in nature. So you teach a procedure, and people, our students, either will do the procedure or they will do imitative reasoning. That means if this was done this way, the other would be done exactly the same way, even if the numbers have changed. This is what they can do. Many times, if you change the numbers, they can't do. Uh, so, uh, so the challenge is for our teachers, the longer a teacher has been just a procedure teacher, uh, they do not teach for conceptual understanding. So a long-term teacher, to create this change in them, it's just extremely difficult. And probably that is why we started this Women Math Educator program. Uh, but in this STEM educator program, the challenge is, when women come, many of them want a job, but they really don't believe in themselves, or their family does not believe in them. Uh, there are so many challenges for these women that between the program, they might get married and they will have to drop the program halfway through, or they have finished the program, but the family, they have just started working, and the family might say that Now you're getting married and you do something else. So how do you do all this work? How do you keep them at the job? In case if you're working with a state government teacher, you have kind of shown them the way, but what is it that you will do that you keep them consistently engaged? In a meditation practice, one-time meditation does not work. You have to keep doing this as a group. So what is it we can do to create learning community of teachers across different programs that we do? And how do we consistently engage this learning community so that it becomes a practice for them? Something very hard to do. We are still working on it to find out what is the key that will change. Not given up on it. We will keep working. We do it. We fail at it. We try it again. So,
Great. And we'll come back to the audience in about a minute. We have just two or three very interesting questions to ask. So, Sandhya, I know about your mud house. Tell us something about it. Like, I know it's very intriguing.
when we moved to this village of Kanbadi, we wanted to build with what is available locally. So mud is available because it's ground. Bamboo is available because this area has a lot of bamboo.
Wow.
Then stones are available because you are in the mountain community. Slate, the layered rocks, slate is available to build the roof, which is mined in the area. So we decided that we will build a house with what is available in my area, and we will employ the people who are in my village so that the money I spend circulates in my village. And with that as aim, we built uh, our home. Then the first institution that I worked with, Avishkar, we built with mud. And the new institution, the new campus for Avishkar we are building, it's a hybrid structure which also uses mud and fired bricks. So this is how we have worked. We want to be locally sustainable as much as we can.
Wow. Sustainability at its grassroots, actually. Very, very inspiring. Lalita, you have a
Yeah,
question?
yeah. So I was you are an educator yourself, but what did you really do? Would like to hear what you did with your daughter's education after you back.
Yeah. So my daughter Shamli, initially we started going to government school, and that's where she went with us. So we would go around noon and she will join us and would go, and we would be there till 3. But very soon she realized that she wants to design her own learning.
Oh.
So that's how she started to do. So the only rule for her in the house was uh, from 9 to noon, you will be at home doing whatever you want. We bought some books and put it on the side. We said, this is something you should go through in a year. Plus, there are many more books. We set up the environment for learning. There were many more books that were around the house. And then around noon, she would go to this government school. We will all play or do art or whatever we will do as a community at the school. Generally, the schools are one teacher school, one or two teacher schools. So the teachers get tired because it is multi-grade, but there are only one or two teachers. So the kids would come to us. And then by 3 o'clock, school is over, then she will go and play with the kids of the community. Uh, but as she moved further, she decided, she started counting coins, and she realized that she couldn't tell a difference between uh, between a smaller coin and a bigger coin. So she wanted to learn about coins. So she wanted to know about, she loved writing stories. So she wanted to set her story in different parts of the world. So she had to learn about that part of the world. And so this was her journey. She kept figuring things out. And when she couldn't figure things out, she would ask us. If we had the answer, we helped. If we didn't have the answer, all of us found out together.
Wow.
So our dinner time conversations became very interesting. And this is how she grew up. Then she wanted to go to college. And she found out that to go to college, you have to do some kind of certification in India. So she did a certification that she could do without going to school. She did that. She went to college, and now she is doing her PhD in US.
So
Wow.
I know your story is really inspiring, but I'm waiting to hear how her story turns out to be because she has such an interesting tale to tell you. Lalita, any more questions, or do we open up
Yeah,
for
maybe,
calls?
just one bit like, what ahead, like, what are your plans ahead now that you come to this point?
Yeah, we have a dream, and the dream is to create an army of STEM educators so that we have one STEM educator in every village, every urban ward, every community, every slum of the country. We also run a program, Moms for Math, because mothers are the first teachers. Right now, it's a social media campaign, and I hope it grows so that we have a mom that loves mathematics and is a proponent of mathematics, so that we have one mom for math at least in every pin code of the country. So that with this team of a STEM educator and moms for math, we can create a change in every country, every community of the country.
So
Awesome.
So that's where we are headed.
I know, Kumu, you have been waiting for long, but I just saw a question pop up, uh, and Mahesh Reddy is the one. Mahesh, do you want to ask it yourself? But basically, what he's saying is, how can ASCI and ASCI Foundation help furthering your mission?
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity of an ask. So I'm going to share a slide.
Super.
Thank you.
So you saw this slide.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. If you can support us in any of these ways, to support a student, it costs us about $350 a year. To support an educator, it costs us about $1,000. And if we do like a week-long program for any group of educators, which is about 25, it costs us about $5,000. So you can join us at any of these levels. And as a foundation, you can support, I talked about 3 different programs, supporting an organization for STEM education, supporting a government program, or supporting individual educators. You can join us in any one of them, and you can let me know and I can discuss this further.
And Mahesh, you can unmute and talk.
No, this is very helpful for us, and because we're also looking at STEM across United States as well, and somehow to collaborate with institutions such as yours in India will definitely help cross exchange learnings from both sides that could benefit not just children in India but children in the United States as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how ASCI Foundation can interact with organizations such as yours. Thank you for your inspiring story. And my daughter is a school teacher, and I think I'll tell her about this and then see if she can watch the video recording of this. And this will definitely help her as well, because she's a fifth and sixth grade teacher, elementary school teacher in California.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Mahesh.
Thank you.
And we move to Kumu Gupta, who's been waiting to ask a question. Go ahead, Kumu.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, amazing, Sandhya. This is Dr. Sandhya, I should say. I'm a semiconductor person myself, so kudos that you could tear yourself away from that passion and get into your other passions. So, and that too all the way in India. So my question is that uh, how do you support your work financially? Like, do you have dedicated funders or donors? I mean, what is your structure to keep going? And the other question is that since inception till today, um, do you have, I don't know if you showed this slide or not, how many students have you trained and or have gone through your programs um, and how many states are you in today?
Yeah. So let me go back and show you that slide. I will take probably the last question first. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
So whatever you see orange is the state we have worked with. Because there are many grassroots organizations across the country. So through grassroots organizations, we have worked in all these states. But there are 5 states that we have partnered with the state government. And all this has made us work with about 300,000 students across the country. And the first question, if you remind me, what was the first question?
About your financial backing.
Oh, financial. So I would say 50% of our programs are programs where, so we don't do anything for free. That means, no, I shouldn't say that. We do things like that. But either partners pay. If they cannot pay, then together we fundraise so that the program gets supported. Wipro Foundation is one of the biggest foundations in the country. They have been supporting us for last 6 years. They specifically support us for our Himachal program. Then there are there is social venture partners. It's a community. I think it's across the world. It's in India also. Our Delhi program is supported by the social venture partners. They are business leaders who want to give to the community. So they partner with Avishkar, and that is how partially our Delhi program is supported and partially our Himachal program is supported. Then there are organizations like Teach for India. They raise their funding to ask for support from us. Then there are programs like Madhya Pradesh program where we are working with very rural communities. We are reaching about 600, 700 community teachers. Now that program is not supported. They partner does not have funding. So we look for funding together, and Rotary Foundation came into support for this program. Then there is Mercatus Center of George Mason University. About 2 years ago, they really liked what they say moonshot ideas, and our women STEM educator program really appealed to them, and they gave us support through their Emerging Ventures grant. Then there are incubators in the country who like our program, or there are organizational development organizations who support. So through these different programs, we get supported. And this year, I have been lucky that I have been selected as one of the 30 global leaders through Ford Global Fellowship Program, where they will not only work in our leadership development, but they are also giving funding, which I would be using for supporting various STEM initiatives that we would be taking across the country. So,
Um,
and
that's like,
many high and several high net worth individuals join us, and they support individually.
so you have a dedicated person who is doing all the funding things, or you do yourself?
We are a team of about 35 people, And there we have a partnership and fundraising person who looks at it.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's very nice that you're so close to the Dharamshala. I mean, I've had the honor of meeting Dalai Lama here in the US, so that's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumu. You should come to Dharamshala and visit us also.
Okay, Kumar Sambhavan had a question, I thought.
Yeah, I did. I think some of the questions, thanks for taking it. Truly inspiring. I joined the thing late. But Sandhya, pronouns to you for whatever you have done. You have set as an example for a lot of us. My question is very specific. I have been working a little bit with the rural programs in Tamil Nadu. I saw you were one of the states was Tamil Nadu. I just need to know how to connect with you, and there are a lot of ideas. I would like to get your opinion and possibly follow up on it. All I need is the contact information, but all I could say is for a lot of us who came years ago, you are a true inspiration. So my only parting question is this. We do have doctors worldwide, what Doctors Unlimited or something like that. If say, for example, we want to come and spend 2 months or two, whatever holidays there, is there any avenue for people like that who have to see it? And then that will be a sprout for a lot of other things to expand. It's a fantastic program. That's my question. Thank you.
So definitely, I have given my email address. Do connect with me and we can take this further. I'm also on LinkedIn and Instagram. You can look me up there. And we just need to brainstorm ideas. Give me a call. We can set up something and then come to India. We will figure things out. There are, I think if we have good intent, we can convert salt to gold.
Yeah. For right now, Dharmasthala is no longer just a spiritual journey. It's only expanded the definition of spirituality. Thank you very much. Thanks.
And Sandhya, there was an initial question when you showed the first slide of the data of how old that data was.
Oh, no, it is recent data, not old.
Not old. So
You
just
can Google it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to let people know that.
Yeah.
So
No.
So was it never that your daughter kind of rebelled of you taking her from Minneapolis to a government school over there?
Kids really don't care. They just need other kids to play with.
Exactly. That is so true. That is so true.
And I did not want to be a soccer mom who is driving her daughter around. I was very clear she needs to live her life and I need to live mine. And if my daughter sees me happy and satisfied,
that is what
that is all that is needed.
Super.
Yeah.
Audience, any more questions? I know there are incredible comments that are popping up and people getting inspired every second of this talk. If anyone wants, I'll give you 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, 1 minute to ask your question. Yes.
Do we have a second chance?
Yes, absolutely. Go for it. Come on.
Yeah, I don't want to throw any negative question, but please take it in a positive way. I have found a lot of pushback from some government on the rural programs that they do lip service. Has there been any challenges from that kind of, you know what I'm talking about, in the government? I saw you put them in a very positive light, but I was wondering if there are any challenges you have to face, you have to overcome. I'm sure you would have.
One thing I know, that most of our kids, more than half of our children go to government schools across the country.
Yeah,
government is the one who has maximum number of teachers.
Right.
It is very difficult to change sides of a sleeping elephant.
Well put.
Right? So it's going to take time. We should not expect things will happen overnight.
Right.
Our job is to sow the seeds. We may not see the forest, but that is what we are doing. Sow every seed so that a tree will grow and there will be a forest.
Wow, what a thought.
That is the perseverance I really appreciate so much, Sandhya. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Going one, going two, going three. And of course, the information is available. You can reach out to Sandhya directly as well. And in case you don't have her contact, you can always get in touch with us and we'll get you in touch with Sandhya. So, since there are no questions, and as we draw this beautiful session to a close, which I really didn't want to, but I have to, I'm here not to just say thank you, but to echo the silence of awe, the warmth of inspiration, and the collective heartbeat of all of us who have just witnessed something truly special. Your journey, Sandhya, is a reminder that courage is quiet, that change begins with a single choice, and that when you follow your heart, even the laws of physics take notice. From the labs of Minneapolis to the mountains of Kanbari, you didn't just move across continents, you moved hearts. You reminded us that STEM is not just science, it's service, not just math, but meaning. Thank you for being the math evangelist we never knew we needed, and for showing us that mud houses can have foundations stronger than concrete when built with a purpose. To our engaged audience here, thank you for your presence, your questions, your curiosity. May today not just stay as a memory, but ripple forward into action. To our incredible ACI team, which works behind the scenes, behind every spotlight, is we know that there is a tribe making it possible. Thank you for holding the space with such thoughtfulness and care. Especially you, Ravi, for having introduced the incredible Sandhya here. So we wrap up today with full hearts and lit minds. Until next time, stay inspired, stay curious, and remember the future of STEM isn't written in equations, it's written in stories like this. Thank you very much, Sandhya, for your uh, patience, for your talk, and being such an inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share. Let's
And I
make
know
long-term goal of.
and I know we will continue this journey. We'll continue telling your stories for different audiences because I know that people who have heard it today would want others to hear it too. So until next time, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the very best in all that you are doing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And signing off. So bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for
Bye.
joining,
Thank you
everyone.
for adding everyone.
Excuse me.